Hey everyone, it's Zach again for It Is What Vitis, and I just want to show a little trick because we're around the holiday season and some people have been asking me about sabering. I actually did it at a training last night and everyone seemed to like it a lot, so I figured, hey, why not just make an actual video about it? Now, I don't think it's the best way to open a ball of bubbly, but it does look cool at parties. I'm going to go ahead and say, do it at your own risk. You are breaking glass with a fluid that you're going to try and drink, so just keep that in mind. But let me actually walk you through the best ways to go about sabering or sabrage. First off, you don't really need anything super sharp. Mine's dressed for the part for some reason, but this is actually a pry bar that I use for opening wooden boxes for wine. And it looks like a knife. It is completely blunt. Doesn't do anything, just solid piece of metal. That's all you really need. You can use a spatula, you can use a spoon, it doesn't matter. You just need something that's gonna make a point of contact. And then otherwise you need a ball of bubbly. What you're gonna wanna do first thing is you're gonna want to chill that bubbly, and then you want to chill it neck down because you're gonna want to fracture the ball right here. You're not actually cutting it, you're fracturing it. So for this, I'm gonna be using a full sparkling wine. This is going to be a cava. Cava's our done method, champenoise, some people say. I just say traditional method, which means done very much like champagne. So there's a lot of atmospheres in here. In the previous video, I was talking about that, that there's about 6 atmospheres of pressure, and that's over 80 pounds per square inch. So lots of pressure in here, but this is nice and chilled. So what you want to do is make sure that that neck is chilled, because that's where it's going to fracture. Have everything kind of set up, ready to go. Have a cloth in case everything goes wrong, because it sometimes does. Have your glass ready to get something to drink, and don't use a flute. I like to use a full-size regular glass. This specifically is a white burgundy glass, because flutes look really cool, but they mask the bouquet and the deliciousness of a good ball of sparkling. So one thing you definitely want to do for sure is you want to make sure that the foil is completely off. Every last trace of it that you can get off, because you're going to be trying to slice along the seam and you don't want to have anything get in the way. And you're going to need to know where the seam is on the bottle. Like right here, there's a little seam where the bottle was joined, the two halves. That's going to be the weak point. So first off, what you need to do is make sure that the cage is gone, or at least modified. I like to modify it. I like to make sure your thumb's on the top. Remember, you can shoot your eye out. Don't be like a Christmas story. What I do is I like to loosen up a little bit, and then once I get it kind of loosened up, I like to put it a little higher up so it's safe. And the whole time I want to cover up the top, so if it does go off, I'm not losing an eye. That way, if it goes off, it'll still catch, but it's nothing to be too dangerous. Now at this point, make sure it's nice and dry, it's nice and cold. You're going to point it off to an angle, usually about 45-degree angle or so. I need to find that seam. There's that seam right there for me. It's right here along the top. I want to make sure that there's not fluid at the actual cork itself. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to saber this way. I do it this way because I'm right-handed. It's a little bit more safe for me. But you're going to go along the seam, get a couple practice runs in. When you're ready to go, you just kind of pop it. So you'll get a little bit of spillage every once in a while, nothing too major, but just know that you're gonna have a little pop go. And obviously, always point it in a safe direction. I probably should have said that right off the bat. Got a bunch of boxes catching that pop right off the bat. So, so that's all there is to it. Now all I have to do is enjoy your bubbly, and yeah. Sabrage. Thanks again, and see you at the store. Just gotta pop it.